Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back to Best Laid Plans. And today's video is going to be sort of a DIY project meets planning video. So I wanted to share with you how I use the Happy Planner project page inserts. And I have them in one of my notebooks here. So they look like this. I'll just flip to a blank one. They have like a project and goal, the date you started it, what it is. You have an area for planning steps, which I like to use for mood boarding, some action steps, and due dates. So this is what the blank page looks like. Now, you do not have to use a project page to plan a project. In fact, I actually planned my office makeover completely on a blank sheet of insert, one of my Miss Maker ones. So just regular filler paper. And I have all the same things, like my color scheme, what I wanted to do with my wainscoting accents, the aesthetic I was going for, a wallpaper sample. So basically everything that ended up being in my office, I did this all on filler paper. So you absolutely can just use regular filler paper to do this. I'm just going to show you how I project plan. We'll go through a couple of my finished or ongoing projects just so you can see those. And then I have a fun DIY that we're going to be starting a project sheet for today. So stay tuned. So this is one of my more recent projects. So it's an ongoing project. I try to keep those toward like the front of the stack. But this is a post-puppy, or I should say just it's post-pebbles really, my Foxy Doxy puppy. Living room makeover. But I also needed to redo my living room. Again, I moved during the height of the pandemic and it was kind of crazy. So I just had to sort of take what furniture I had, and I didn't really have time to customize the space as much as I would have liked to. So what I'll be doing is really just adding the rest of the details that bring everything together and create that Victorian cottagecore, pre-Raphaelite, shabby chic, extra ultra feminine space. I don't worry about having masculine energy balanced in my living space. I'm a fully like feminine energy space. Lots of flowers and pink. That's what I like, so that's what's there. I had a couch when I moved, and it's like this really ugly. It's a couch that I inherited, and it's like gray and very modern looking, and like everything that I did not want. So my goal is, because I cannot afford a real restored Victorian chaise, certainly not one like this. This is actually from Osborne House in England. This was Victoria and Albert chaise lounge. That was my inspiration. But I can cover the couch, and I can put new feet on it. So I went and I had bid on some antique feet for my sofa, and I got them. So I'll be covering the couch, and I found a pattern that like matches this like perfectly, this whole aesthetic. So I'm going to cover the couch and put those feet on it, and that will make it look a lot more Victorian, and fit the room better, and it'll certainly lighten things up a bit there as well. I also have gotten some chair covers that are coming, and currently all over my room I've got my living room, I have pre-Raphaelite canvases. I absolutely love the pre-Raphaelites. So these are Waterhouse. I have a lot of his artwork there. Copies, not originals. I'm not wealthy, but really nice copies. And I have them in really pretty frames. And then this here, this is not my image, but this was like one of my images I found in a Google search of somebody kind of making a cheap bookcase look more like aged and antique. They added some feet, they painted it, they distressed the wood, they added some molding and a decorative millwork applique, I guess, here. I can never say that word. But I am looking to do something similar to this style with an extension of my media cabinet. Which is currently like this just really beat up old looking 80s piece of furniture, again, that I inherited. But I think that I can build on it and turn it into a really beautiful display cabinet. I would love to have a place to put little curio and objet d'art. It's just like something I'm passionate about. And if you don't have like a really nice dedicated space for them, you do start to look like a Goodwill. And we want to avoid that. So, rose garlands, peonies, all of that. This is so this is like a current plan, but you can see that I have some steps that I have checked off, things I've already done, things that I am waiting to do, and I've decided the media cabinet might get its own project page on the back of this, just because it's going to be kind of an involved project. But the biggest thing is that I use this space here for a mood board, and then I break down my steps afterward. And I really like, you know, Pinterest and things like that, but there's something about like physically like printing out and collecting and pasting ideas together on a page that, and having something tangible to look at that just, I don't know, it just really feels like, it feels more like it's happening. Like when I have something in a Pinterest board, it's very aspirational, but it may not be as motivational as actually physically like taking that and putting it in pen on paper. So I do like to use that kind of concept. So I don't always use a like images and things. Sometimes I draw. Definitely will be doing some sketching for today's project. But this was when I did my ceiling fan glow up, and I literally just like sketched everything out. The petal shaped thing, even noted that they should have like Edison incandescent LED bulbs in them. So that was my Art Nouveau fan makeover. And this was the closet makeover that I just did. I will leave a card if you want to check that out. I turned my closet into a more like arts and crafts, cottagey, Victoriana sort of feel with wallpaper. And then I got my grandmother's Little Women. So this is an image from the 1933 film with Katharine Hepburn. She made dolls for my mother, like handmade dolls when she was growing up. And I didn't have a place to display them. And now they have a really beautiful shelf in my closet where they are. But this is just some of like different ideas that I had, and this came in layers. So like when I started, I kind of started to pull things, and then I added like the wallpaper here, and then when I realized I could display the Little Women, I added that there. So this looks like it was like, it's fully done now, like all the steps are done. But as I was going through, like the mood board would start, like literally the mood board started with this William Morris, the Strawberry Thief picture. And I just started to add more. And then I purchased the wallpaper and decided I definitely wanted to have wallpaper, so I put some of the wallpaper samples. So it just kind of built on itself. So you don't have to sit down and have everything done for a project all at once. Sometimes you can build things as they come, and add steps, change things. Really good example, I did this project a while back, making over my deck and pergola. Since then, because the person who built the deck, or I guess whoever they had built the deck, did not treat the wood and use like weather grade outdoor wood when they were building it, it's completely rotted. And I have not done anything with it for a year, but everything that I did previously to make over that space, I have to completely redo. Thankfully, most of what I did before was extremely like just purchase an outdoor storage container, paint patio furniture, buy solar lights. Like I'm going to be using all that stuff again. So thankfully, because this wasn't like a structural thing, I'm not going to waste anything I bought for this project, but I am going to be redoing it. And here's my mood board and action steps for that. I want to do pavers and have a ground cover, probably phlox, which is native to where I am, and then restring the fairy lights along the tops of the pergola, maybe get some more so that it glows like the one in that picture there, like my inspiration picture. And as you can see, I've only done one part of this. This is my sort of end of the month Memorial Day weekend project, but I have to do the demo myself, and thankfully they left me the pavers and not the pavers, but they left the deck like it's framed in, and the ground is like leveled out and cleared beneath, which is perfect. So I can literally just demo it, clean that up, and get started pouring sand and putting pavers down, and I think it'll just look a lot better and be so much prettier. And I love the idea of having a native plant for a ground cover. It's so much more sustainable. I'm not like I have to have perfect engineered grass lawn. I don't like that aesthetic at all. So I feel like this is more fairy-like and whimsical. So I'm really excited about that. But you can see I have one step on this done, and I have a lot to go. And then I have some older projects. This is my, like, when I was dyeing my hair. So that is like all of my project sheets for right now. So I'm going to go and take a new project sheet out. And what I plan to do for my project is make a shadow box. And I really wanted to make like a little miniature diorama. And I do have some pictures I printed out for the mood board. One is this little miniature bookshelf, and it's got like a flower vase and some books and things on it. And then I also found this diorama that has actual light in it. I don't know if I'll have a light in mine. That might be a future project. But I do like how simple this is. It's just like 2 pieces of furniture, a vase, a light, wallpaper, and a painting in the background. And I just thought, oh, how cute is that? What I would like to do is make like a miniature planner room slash like office setting. And I want to hang this in a spot that's right above my chalkboard. It has nothing in it at all right now. And I've always wanted to have something there, but I was like not sure what to do. But then I was watching all of these like ASMR videos of people making miniatures because I've went down the YouTube rabbit hole. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to do a like trash to treasure DIY with like old boxes and other things, and paint and make a little office scene for my invisible office fairy, my inspiration fairy, and have that hanging above my desk. So that is what I'm going to be doing. So I have already purchased something for that. I found this on Amazon, and I will link to it. It was $6.95 on sale, and I thought that for what comes with this, that was an excellent deal. We got a 7-inch by 7-inch wooden shadow box, and I will just show you, like, this is the shadow box. So it's wood, like it's really nice. And it has a glass front, but it also comes with something that I have been wanting to get for a while, which is a set of acrylic paints, and these are pearlescent ones too, which is awesome. It came with some extra glue and a brush as well. And I don't know if I'm going to be using the glue, but I would probably definitely be using the brush and the paint for things. But it was such a great like bonus that this kit actually came with like, and they're really like nice paint. So I'm excited about that. So I was happy to pay $6.95 for that, because I was finding like regular wooden shadow boxes that were like 5" by 5", like teeny tiny, and they were like $19. So this was a much better deal. So I will be using this. I don't think I'm going to paint the frame because I like it white, but I will definitely be potentially using the paint to do things like create miniatures. So my process with this really starts with my inspiration images. So I want to glue those down, and I'm just going to cover up where it says planning steps because I don't need to see that. I know that there's steps. So I'm going to take this, and this is just a regular old glue stick, and I want to put my inspiration diorama here with my little bookshelf. There we are. I left plenty of room because I want to really sketch out what this is going to look like. So let's go ahead and write Office Fairy Shadowbox. And today is, this video is going to be on Wednesday, which will be the 25th, I believe, but this is the 22nd or 21st. It's 22nd. I'm looking at two different calendars, guys. I know what year it is. I know what date it is. I'm just going to put the 21st, and we'll go back to the future, I guess. So I want to create a Shadowbox diorama for my planner room. And you'll probably notice that I have chicken scratch handwriting, and I can read it, and that's all that matters. So remember that your plans are for you, and you just have to be able to read and interpret them. You do not need to take handwriting classes or have fancy handwriting to be a planner. Everybody plans, including people like me who have the worst handwriting imaginable. So think for... I'll fill in the overview later because I've already kind of talked about it to you guys, but I want to start writing some action steps down. One of those is going to be purchase box frame and paint supplies, and that's done. So that feels good. So the next thing I want to do is think about, what do I want to have, like the basic parts of this diorama I'm making. And the first thing I think will be to wallpaper the back, and I think that I will go ahead and use the same wallpaper because I have some extra that I used for my own office wall, so that everything matches. So I'm going to say add wallpaper to back of frame. Then, after we have done that, I want to think about what type of furniture would look really good within this little frame. And when I say little, like, this is how little this frame is. So it's about 1 inch in depth. I feel like it would look really good to have a little desk and a bookshelf. So I am going to write DIY bookshelf and desk. Then I want to think about what kind of little objects and things I could have in the area and on the desk. And I think that it'd be really cute to have some books on the shelf. So what I'm gonna do is I'll find some miniature printables, and there are tons of these, by the way, if you just Google or go on Pinterest and search for miniature book printable, you're gonna find tons of them. So I want to print and make miniature books for shelf. Then I would really like to have like a little flower vase, because I have flower vases all over my room, and I think it'd be really pretty to have like a picture, like a little painting or something in the background. So we'll do mini painting framed art DIY. And then since this is going to be a little office scene, I think we should find a mini desk lamp and office supplies. And I think I also will have, oh, you know what? A miniature Starbucks drink, because that makes a lot of sense for me. And, oh, you know what? Hold on. Aha! Oh, look what I have. Okay. So I actually have some miniatures. I have, this is from a broken earring, and I was just going to use these gems for something, but I guess I could keep like the whole bottle in there, and it could just be like something pretty to put on the bookshelf. But that's one option. But this was a charm that I purchased, and a planner charm, and it broke off. And I've just kind of been holding on to it. But I think this would be perfect to put on the table in the little scene. It's just like the right scale. So I'm gonna put this aside, and but that's really cool. So I will add that, and it'll be glue everything in place. I'm gonna write add lighting, maybe, hang on wall. So I think that that's a really good brainstorming of how I want to do this. I want to just go ahead and do a quick sketch of what the design will look like before I go into actually creating it. So I think that this whole thing has to be its own video, another maybe Trash to Treasure DIY, because I just want to not have a 4-hour video or like this is already going long. So I'm gonna stop here for today, and then next week you'll see how I put together the little diorama. And there will not be an opera monthly spread for June because I'm going to be doing something different. So I will have, however, lots of DIY content. I'm going to talk about my go-to supplies for planning and things like that. So we will be doing those in coming videos. So lots of planning content coming. And hopefully maybe a tour of some of the finished spaces that I have in my project pages as well. I do post updates from time to time about those on my Instagram, which is Valkyrie Plans. So follow me there for more. But I will catch you all next week when I finish my little office fairy diorama space. So stay tuned for that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!